Once you have finished your 3 sketches, you are ready to start your final artwork. Now before we do our final sketch on our piece of tag board, we need to know the exact size. Now each of you are going to get a piece like this, but it may not fit your piece of burlap, as each burlap is cut a little differently. So once you get your piece of burlap, the first thing I want you to do is we're actually going to make kind of a little frame around the edge, and all we're going to do is we're going to take out a few pieces of string from the edge. You can kind of see they're creating a little burlap. I'm going to do this on each edge. It's hard to grab on one side, maybe pull out the other side. Again, you can kind of, now they're loose. I would say maybe 3, maybe 4 little pieces of string, but not really any more than that. We don't want to make our burlap a whole lot smaller. Now if you start to notice, after doing a little bit of the frame, if you start to notice that there's some edges that are quite a bit longer, for example here it starts up thin and then it gets really thick, that means it's not cut straight. So you're going to take your scissors and you're just going to go ahead and kind of make that line a little bit straighter. It does not have to be perfect, but at least so it doesn't look so uneven that it's really hardly any there and there. So I'm going to go, look, I'm going to make sure that's pretty even. And all the other sides look pretty good. So go ahead and do the frilling and then making all the edges straight. Now that you have your piece of burlap, you're going to take a small marker, and on the back, so right now we don't really have a front or a back, they both are the same, but on the back in the corner, all you're going to do is write your initials. So I'm going to write E-S. You have to go over it a few times. And that is going to be the back of your artwork. Then you can flip it over and you have your front. Next we're going to take our piece of tag board and we are going to lay out and cut it the right size. So right now it's obviously quite a bit too big. So the size that I want my artwork to be, so everything's going to be inside here. I'm going to draw a line. I think this looks about right. I'm going to go ahead, take a ruler, draw a straight line, take scissors, make sure it fits. Yep, I have pretty even around all edges. Now maybe you have to take a little bit off the top or the bottom. Some of your pieces of burlap are longer and thinner, so whatever size you need to make your tag board, go ahead and do that. Once you have finished, you have your burlap, you have the edges, you have your piece of tag board cut to fit, you're going to choose your favorite sketch, thinking very simple, and you are going to redraw it on here. So you really want to take your time, you want to think about what stitches you're going to do. Thinking very simple. I think I'm going to choose this one, as I can do a cross stitch, I can maybe do some running stitches. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to redraw the best that I can. Again, thinking very simple. Maybe you're going to add some patterns in there around the edges, but you're going to choose your best one and you're going to redraw it on this paper, as this is going to be your guide for your actual burlap. So go ahead and do your sketch.